Breaking news today.
Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alerts.
On Sunday afternoon, Devin Kelley walked into a small Texas church and opened fire on the congregates, killing 26 and injuring 20 more. Of course, the compassionate left immediately jumped on this tragedy, ready to vilify conservatives and the NRA as the real culprits in this cold-blooded massacre. Instead of the mainstream media and liberal politicians sticking to the facts of this case, they chose to bypass them in favor of their gun control talking points. The liberal pundits on the news all out ignored the fact that Kelley was only able to purchase a weapon due to a clerical error on the Air Force's end. They also dismissed the truth that the deranged gunman was stopped from shedding more innocent blood by a good guy with a gun. However, Mike Jordan, whose son witnessed the carnage inside the Texas church, did not forget those facts and wanted all of America to know them when he appeared on Fox News Monday night. Though what caught the attention of everyone was the shirt Jordan wore during his interview with Laura Ingraham that has enraged liberals but has garnered cheers from conservatives. The left has wasted no time in politicizing the shooting in Texas that claimed innocent lives and has left the country in shock. Taking their cue from the Rahm Emanuel playbook of never letting a crisis go to waste, liberals have pounced on this tragedy to further push gun control onto weary Americans. Instead of the left focusing on the facts that the gunman only purchased the gun due to a clerical error and an NRA member stopped the shooter, they'd rather do their best to strip law-abiding citizens of their rights to bear arms. So, when Mike Jordan was interviewed on Monday night to discuss the horrific event, he wore a shirt that had gun-grabbing liberals' heads implode. Here is more from Conservative Tribune. Jordan's stand for Second Amendment rights didn't stop with his attire. He also noted that an acquaintance of his son, who usually legally carries, didn't bring his gun along to church that day. A small town like this, you know, people go to church, they disarm, leave their guns in the car, because you don't expect something like this to happen, Jordan said. What if this was the day he didn't leave that firearm at home? What if he did take it with him? If you have one person on the inside that is armed to return fire, it may not have stopped people from dying, Jordan added. But it would have been a distraction, it would have gotten that guy's attention. While no one in the church stopped the killer, another armed citizen did, namely, Stephen Williford. I kept hearing the shots, one after another, very rapid shots, just pop 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 pop, and I knew every one of those shots represented someone, that it was aimed at someone, that they weren't just random shots, Williford said, according to KHBS-TV. That's when he loaded his magazine and ran toward the First Baptist Church, not even bothering to put on his shoes. He saw me and I saw him, Williford said. I was standing behind a pickup truck for cover. I know I hit him, he added. He got into his vehicle, and he fired another couple rounds through his side window. When the window dropped, I fired another round at him again. Williford eventually flagged down a motorist who chased the gunman until he lost control, at which point he died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Of the two men, Stephen Williford was legally allowed to own a firearm under the law. The shooter was not, but the government failed. Williford stopped what could have been a greater tragedy. There is no telling how many more innocent lives were saved if it wasn't for the fast actions of the Stephen Williford that day. And, while the left would love to claim that they are the party that stands for love and compassion, neither of those attributes will save an innocent life when a criminal is committing a crime. The only thing that the left is concerned with is doing whatever they can to strip Americans of their rights to force citizens into full government control. The point of the Second Amendment is not only to protect ourselves from people who choose to do us harm but chiefly to protect us from a tyrannical government. If the Second Amendment was eradicated in the name of safety, then who would protect us from that same government that would choose to do us harm? Follow us on Facebook at Freedom Daily.